Okay, it's just obviously I was hoping for the Senior Minister for Health, but okay, just a Count Corlia or a Cahirlock. 18 months ago, a family were told that their unborn child had a fatal fetal abnormality by a member of staff at the National Maternity Hospital. This wasn't the case, and it wasn't a mistake. The false diagnosis was given to the child's mother without the necessary guidelines or even the law being fulfilled. The couple claim that their child would be with them here today were it not for the actions of some people within that hospital. It's alleged that medical professionals who are signing off on the abortions have a commercial interest in the companies that produce the fatally insufficient test. Now, medical notes have shown that only one obstetrician met with the mother in question, which is clearly against the law, because the law says that the mother must be examined by two medical professionals. The final element of the test used in the hospital showed that the baby was healthy, but the abortion was carried out before the final results arrived. It is only through the diligence of the mother that she actually found out that the child was fully healthy, for the information wasn't readily and openly given to that mother. Also, the hospital never reported the abortion to the state until a letter was sent to the hospital by the solicitor of the family. When the hospital did finally report the abortion, it was well after 28 days, the statutory limit in the law. The law was breached again. And these are just some of the many aspects, Minister, of the law and the guidelines that were ignored. Now, it is incredible that such a level of information would be in the government's hands for 18 months. And yet no efforts have been made by the previous Minister for Health and the previous government, or this government yet, to make sure that that family found justice. But there's also another aspect to this. For abortions due to false diagnosis may have happened since, and the parents may not even know that they've happened. There's no doubt that under the current regime, they will happen again. And this is a public health issue. And as a result, the family are determined to seek the truth and achieve the necessary changes to make sure that this never happens again. But not alone has the family had to go through this grievous wrong to them. On top of that, all of their efforts so far, Minister, to achieve justice for themselves and their son has been stymied by the state. It's incredible that initially the mother and the husband were told that the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists in Britain were to review the case, but the RCOG said they would not be able to do that. They met with the previous Minister for Health, Simon Harris, who assured them there would be an independent investigation, and they met with Simon Harris well over a year ago. The family met with the CMO, the Chief Medical Officer, who agreed with them that protective action was necessary to make sure that it would never happen again. However, no changes have been made so far. The hospital has not cooperated in an independent, fair investigation. A hospital cannot be allowed to investigate itself, Minister. The former Taoiseach, Leo Varadkar, stonewalled me on a number of occasions when I tried to bring this issue up. He said it was a private issue when clearly the family have asked me to raise it. Now I am asking you, Minister, will you do the humane, just, fair and decent thing and commit on the floor of the Dáil tonight that there will be an open, independent investigation to what happened to that family?
Thank you. The incident that occurred in the National Maternity Hospital in March 2019 was a tragic case, and the Minister and I are very conscious of the distress it has caused for the couple involved. Our overriding concern is that the couple's questions are answered appropriately and that any patient safety learning identified from the case can be implemented at the hospital concerned and across all maternity services. It is not appropriate to discuss the specifics of the case, but I will outline the process that has been put in place to address these issues. We are strongly of the view that when a serious incident occurs within the health service that requires investigation, the establishment of an independent review is the appropriate way forward in order to ascertain the facts of the case in line with the HSE's incident management framework. We are aware that significant efforts have been made to establish an independent external review of this case, and I am advised that extensive engagement has taken place with the family regarding the composition of the review panel and the draft terms of reference with a view to addressing their concerns regarding the planned independent external review process. It is of vital importance that all parties are confident in the review process. I have been advised by the review that the review will be conducted in accordance with the HICWA's national standards for the conduct of reviews for patient safety incidents and the HSE's incident management framework. Also, the review panel will include members with the appropriate medical expertise to allow for a full understanding of the facts to be developed, and will incorporate clinical expertise from outside the jurisdiction. The Department has been advised that the review panel should also include senior counsel among its membership to provide input regarding the specific requirements of Irish law in relation to termination of pregnancy. The importance of enabling the participation of patients in any such review is also well established, and the panel will include a patient representative. The Clinical Director of the National Women and Infant Health Programme, Dr Peter McKenna, has also agreed to take a significant role in the review panel. It is important that the family concerned are at the centre of the review process, and Minister Donnelly will meet with the family in the coming weeks to listen to their concerns and to view together to move the process further. The Minister's view and that of the Department is that this review needs to proceed and be completed as quickly as possible to establish the facts of the case, provide clarity and answers to the couple concerned, identify any patient safety risks associated with the termination services provided by the NMH and other maternity services, and identify any patient safety learning that can be implemented in the NMH and across wider maternity services.
Thank you, this little boy's name was Christopher, and 18 months ago his life was ended in that hospital. And Minister, you said it's not appropriate for the details of that case to be mentioned here in the Dáil. But Minister, it's not appropriate that 18 months after it's happened, there has been no effort to seek justice for that family. There has been no truth given to that family. There's been no accountability at all for what's happened. That's not appropriate, Minister. Now, his mother and father are broken-hearted, but they're not giving up. They have shown steely courage to maintain the fight for justice, and despite the hospital and the HSE and the government dragging their feet on this, they are determined not to go away. You say it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate that it's virtually impossible for a family that has been wronged by the health system in this country not to be able to achieve justice in that same health system. That so many elements of a health system will fight tooth and nail to stop a family getting justice. Not just this family, but virtually every family that tries to get justice within a health system. Patients have to go to court in this country to get justice. That's not appropriate, Minister. And it means that justice is only available to those who can afford it. It means that families who have already gone through grievous wrong have to go through years of a fight to get the justice that they're entitled to. Minister, it's not appropriate that the state burns through hundreds of millions of euros of citizens' money, forcing these families to go to court, throwing that money at the court when it should be used to help those families. And this is a gross misuse of citizens' funds. All they want to know is the truth, and to have acknowledged what's happened to them. That could have been done by the hospital on day one. And here we are again, Minister. I appreciate that you say that there's going to be a full and independent review. They've heard that story 18 months ago. Nothing has changed. Now, I dearly ask you, to take this family in your own heart, Minister, and make sure that this does not get long-fingered, that this does not get pushed off the table, and that this does not get hidden. Gurb Mahagat.
I would like to thank the Deputy for his statement on this tragic case involving Christopher and his parents, as you said, who are broken-hearted. Minister Donnelly fully agrees with the need for a fair investigation to take place into the incident that occurred in the National Maternity Hospital in March 2019, and the Minister is committed to moving this process forward as expeditiously as possible. The Department is satisfied that an independent external review is the appropriate mechanism to investigate this matter and to ensure that services conduct appropriate reviews of patient safety incidents. In 2017, HICWA and the Mental Health Commission published joint national standards for the conduct of reviews of patient safety incidents. The standards require that for the most serious incidents, services must commission an external independent review. And furthermore, the HSE's Incident Management Framework 2018, which is based on the standards, sets out the procedures to be followed by a service in conducting a patient safety incident review. The framework sets out that serious incidents referred as Category 1 incidents should be reviewed by a team external to the community healthcare organisation, hospital group or National Ambulance Service Directorate. Minister Donnelly believes that this review should proceed and be completed as quickly as possible to establish the facts of the case, provide clarity and answers to the couple concerned, and identify any patient safety risks associated with the termination services provided by the National Maternity Hospital and other maternity services, and identify any patient safety learning that can be implemented in the NMH and across the wider maternity services. It is a intention of Minister Donnelly, as I said before, to meet with the family in the coming weeks.